Hey, what's up everybody? So we are still here in closed beta for the raid battle test, and they've fixed all the bugs apparently, so things are running really smooth. Now we can go and actually do a full overview of this stuff. You can see we have a raid rank. We are currently at raid rank number 2. We have orbs up here. The orbs regenerate every hour. The raid battle itself is a max of 30 minutes. You can open a room, you can search for a room, or you can auto join. So let's go auto join right here and see what's out here. It actually put us on a room that has a guy who's on a quest, so we can't actually just like jump in and join him. We have to wait for him to finish his quest and that. So we're gonna leave this room. We can open up our own room and we can decide how low of raid rank or raid class you want it to be. So if we do 2-star, that means only the people that are 2-star or higher can actually join us. If we do 1-star, that means anyone can join us. There's play styles that you can add. Surprisingly, there's one that says cheats allowed. So are they trying to tell you something? Then you go next. You can add a password so only your friends can join. You can put the kick thing on, and this is where you make a comment. And most likely in the comment section, especially right now, you're going to want to put something and be like, I'm active, I'm here. Because you'll go into a raid room, and then the people will be inactive, and not there, and so you're sitting around waiting, and like come on, like seriously, you're just taking up space, and you know. So we are in the room now. We are a leader. We can select the quest up here, and so we have a class either 1 or 2 stars. If we select 2-star, it shows you all the menus here, and if it has a question mark, that means you haven't beaten yet, and you'll have to clear right here when you have beaten it. Again, they all have a 30-minute timer over here. You can take a look at members. No one has joined yet. Rune info. So we'll wait until someone joins possibly. Give them a few minutes and see if anyone wants to join. If they do join, then we'll figure out what kind of raid that they can do. If they're only raid class level 1, they can only do raid class level 1 quests. In order to become raid class level 2, you have to clear every single mission here in the raid class level 1. So you can see all these guys have clear on them. We can go ahead and actually clear one of these guys by ourselves. Raid class level 1 is pretty easy. You can solo this with a decent squad. With probably, if you have a squad that's all 6 stars, you can probably solo it. So I'll give you an example. We'll do the actual hardest one here on raid class level 1. You get to choose from all of your friends, so don't worry about your friends not being active or anything. So this is just like the trials where you get to choose anyone that you want on your friends list. And currently right now the drop checks are really buggy on Super Brave Burst. So like Elsa is like godly. So we're going to go ahead and take an Elsa friend. And we're going to go ahead and mobilize. Mobilize means you actually start the fight, you start the raid. It brings you up to a raid map right here. You can rest at this camp. You can synthesize items. Resting will regenerate your guys' HP. It's slowly over time. You move on the map by clicking move. Every time you move, you're going to go and get into a fight. And you'll see that there's a timer. It's real time, so the time ticks down as you are moving, as you're just like AFK idling, and as you're battling. You're looking for a boss on most of the stages. If it doesn't say boss anywhere on the map, that means you kind of have to actually just move around and the boss is in a random spot. And you'll eventually find the boss who will pop out and be like, Boss incoming. So typically these guys are here just to build up your Brave Burst. So you have to use a lot more strategy and tactics as you go further up in the raid classes. Again, raid class number 1 and raid class number 2 are pretty simple. You can probably easily solo those two. The boss monsters in these battles sometimes have multiple body parts, which means they act as like multiple targets. So it's a little bit easier on those guys to gain your Brave Crystals. But currently, again, the glitches are happening and units are gaining a lot more Brave Crystals than they're supposed to. So it's making the Brave Burst spam really, really easy. So we still haven't found a boss yet. The other thing that you can do in the raids is you can actually harvest materials. And there's special materials and items that you can only find here in the raids. It appears that each one of these little locations can be harvested 3 times, and then that's the maximum amount of harvest. And you have to move on to another location to harvest there. When you are fighting with groups of friends, you'll see that they will mobilize and they will do a little mini Brave Burst on your screen, and that means they'll be doing damage to the same monster. So this is the harvesting. And we acquired brown grass. Another brown grass. So we're not really going to get anything spectacular in the very first raid class. Again, you'll find more rare high-end items probably as you get to raid class number 2, raid class number 3, raid class number 4, and you'll need those to synthesize better spears. So on the little guys, it's probably better just to go and auto-attack. So it'll be quicker. It won't take up as much time to do the Brave Burst animation, especially if you have the animations turned on. That can eat up a lot of your time because we've already eaten up around 5 minutes of time just searching for the boss. So we found the boss, and it does. Yep. So it has lower wings, upper wings. So it looks like 3 different body parts that you can attack, which means there's 3 different targets. So you're going to gain, a lot extra Brave Crystals. And there's really nothing to the bosses, especially in raid class level 1. So we're going to just go ahead and auto this fight. You see, we don't even have a mitigator on here at all. They do have a lot of life, though, because they are kind of geared for fighting 4 players together. So as I was saying, the bosses have multiple parts, and as you are fighting like this, we did our turn, and then now if we had another ally here, there would be like your ally is mobilizing and doing his Brave Burst animation. He would pop on the screen, go over here like this, and then he would take a chunk of this guy's HP out. So you guys are collectively trying to kill the boss. You also have 3 lives each. So if the boss wipes your party out completely, you respawn back at the camp in the beginning of the map, and you have to heal up your guys and then you can come back and fight him again. His HP will be the same. The boss can also run away from you if he's like scared of you, or just wants to run away and hide. The boss can do that as well. You'll notice there's a lot of status effects here, so you probably want to bring someone that negates status effects. I actually thought I had Rin as a leader on this team, but I don't. So you can see we end up might getting wiped here. But even so, if it is the case you have 3 lives, it doesn't matter if you beat him with 1 life left or 3 lives left. It's all the same. So there's a lot of status effects that happen, and you pretty much want to either have a leader that negates status effects for your whole party, or you want to have a status negator on your team to prevent and negate status effects. So I think it'd be a good example to show you what happens when you die. So I'm just going to let this play out and let him kill me. And then we can come back and fight him again and kill him with our second life. A lot of these guys can be like one-shot KO'd with double Maxwell teams if you have the right element. So if you bring Maxwell, and then a couple light units here, you can probably one-shot this guy. If not one-shot, you can probably two-shot him. But again, this is the very, very first raid class. Once you get higher up, they have an insane amount of HP. Poison effects is really, really good here because poison does a % damage. So the bosses that can actually be poisoned, it will drain a ton of their life. So this will be the first time that the guy's ever killed me in a team. So we will both see this exactly live first time. So it should take us back to the tent. And everyone should be at like no life. And so they're all resting. Okay, so it's all full. And we are back at the tents. We now have 2 lives up here. And now we just have to go and find the boss again. The boss will probably be in the same spot. So let's go move on over there. And again, the boss should have the same amount of HP that we left him off with. So for some of the harder ones, you could potentially do, solo with the 1-turn kills Maxwell teams. Because even if you don't kill her the first time, you die and you resurrect and just go fight her again, and then just one-shot her the second life or the third life. You have 3 full lives to actually play with. So 3 potential teams to kill her with. It's always the same team. You can't swap out units. But yeah, so you have 3 pretty much full heals on all your guys. Again, these are way, way, way simple, especially if you bring friends. You could have a max of 4 people. So if you come here with 4 people, things just die pretty much instantly. It's definitely better to do it with friends. Again, it speeds the process up. You can see we're going on 11 minutes right now. Whereas if we had 2 other allies or 3 other allies, this would have been done in like 2 minutes. Maybe like 3 minutes tops. It goes really, really quick, guys. So definitely grab your friends, jump on in groups. but it can be done solo, especially some of the lower levels. So you can see about the same HP. You can go ahead and auto, and it looks like the boss is actually running away. So you see the boss moved. We're going to go chase after the boss. And we should be fighting the boss after we kill these little minion guys. Yep, so there's the boss animation again. So go ahead and auto. It should be fairly easy to kill the boss this time. Now these like 60% dead. Again, we probably wouldn't have had any issues if we had a status effect negator on this team. Again, I thought we were leading with Ren, but it's actually Lin on here. And I think the lead is actually Ultor as well. But yeah, so it was just my mistake. Status effects are all over the place here in the raids. You definitely have to have a either leader that negates status effects or a party member that can negate status effects constantly and potentially remove status effects. Alright, so we killed him. You give it a few seconds and it's going to give you a completion. So it says it's been cleared. Congratulations. You get some Zell, some Karma. I think the honor points might be glitched because even when you come in here with friends, you don't get any honor points whatsoever. So we'll have to see if they fix that. You also get these coins. These coins are really, really cool. And they allow you to play a slot machine, which you can get a lot of cool stuff in. So that's it for a basic raid overview right there. If you've got any other questions, check out some of the other videos. Be happy to answer any questions that you have.